Imagine this: what if you could achieve in 8 focused hours what most people struggle to accomplish in months? What if there was a way to turn every hour of your day into pure gold, just like the world's richest people? Do you ever wonder why some people seem to attract wealth, success, and happiness effortlessly, while others work endlessly but stay stuck? What's the secret behind their routines, decisions, and mindset? In today's video, we're diving deep into the 8-hour rules of the rich, the exact strategies billionaires and self-made millionaires follow every single day to maximize productivity, generate unstoppable income, and live stress-free lives. Are you ready to uncover the rules that can change your life? The morning habits that create unstoppable momentum, and the mindset that turns opportunity into wealth. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to plan your day like the rich, work smarter, and start turning your hours into real results, and I promise, you won't want to miss a single rule. Chapter 1. Why the rich don't work all day. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that you don't need to grind for 24 hours to become wealthy. Just 8 focused hours used the right way can change your income, your mindset, and your entire future. This is the first big truth the book reveals. The richest people in the world don't work harder. They work smarter. Most people believe wealth comes from non-stop effort. But billionaires follow a completely different system. They design their days around leverage, not exhaustion. Every hour they work is meant to multiply results, not drain energy. The book introduces a powerful idea. Your day should increase money, productivity, and peace at the same time. If your routine only makes you tired, you're doing it wrong. Wealthy people don't burn themselves out. They don't chase every task. They follow a small set of rules that turn time into assets. Their schedules are intentional. Their focus is protected. Their energy is managed like money. This chapter sets the foundation. Success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most, at the right time, with full focus. And that's exactly what the next chapters break down step by step. Chapter 2. Become the king of deep work. The second chapter reveals a rule almost every wealthy person lives by. Your mornings decide your future. The richest people protect the first few hours of their day like gold. Why? Because this is when the brain is sharp, calm, and powerful. Instead of checking messages or scrolling social media, they dive straight into deep work. Deep work means total focus. No phone, no notifications, no interruptions, just 3 to 4 hours of intense concentration on the one task that can create the biggest impact: more money, more growth, or more leverage. This single habit alone can outperform an entire day of distracted effort. The book explains that most people destroy their best mental energy within the first 10 minutes of waking up. One notification leads to another. Attention breaks. Focus disappears. The mind that could have created something valuable gets wasted on noise. Wealthy people do the opposite. They switch their phone to airplane mode, close the door, and lock themselves into one task. If you're a freelancer, that task might be sending high-value proposals. If you're a student, it's finishing the hardest chapter first. If you run a business, it's solving the toughest problem or building a new revenue idea at first. This feels uncomfortable. The mind tries to escape. But after 2 weeks, something changes. Focus becomes natural. Productivity explodes. By AM, you've already completed work that once took an entire week. This chapter makes one thing clear: deep work isn't optional. It's the foundation of wealth. Control your mornings, and you control your results. Chapter 3. Money first. Everything else let earth. This chapter introduces a rule that completely flips how most people plan their day. Do money-making work first. Everything else comes after. The problem with most routines is simple. People start their day with meetings, emails, and random tasks. By the time they finally try to earn, their energy is gone. The day ends with effort but no real progress. Wealthy people never allow this. They structure their mornings around one priority only: what will directly increase my income today? Before calls, before meetings, before busy work, they take action that impacts their bank balance. That could mean closing a deal, launching a product, making an investment decision, or creating something that sells. They don't hope money happens later. They schedule it first. The book explains that rich people control their calendars instead of letting others control them. If a meeting doesn't produce revenue or long-term growth, it gets pushed to the afternoon or removed completely. If you run a YouTube channel, your first task is editing or uploading content. If you're in business, it's finalizing deals or reaching clients. If you're in the market, it's executing your trading plan. This chapter teaches a powerful daily question: how will I make money today? Once the answer is clear, action starts immediately without delay, without excuses. The message is sharp and uncomfortable but true. Busy days don't build wealth. Revenue-focused days do. Chapter 4. No meetings in the morning. This chapter exposes one of the biggest productivity killers in modern life: morning meetings. The world's most successful people treat their mornings as a protected zone. Before a.m., there are no meetings, no calls, and no interruptions. That time is reserved only for thinking, creating, and making high-quality decisions. The reason is simple. Morning hours are when the brain is at its best. Focus is sharper. Thinking is deeper. Creativity flows naturally. Once this time is wasted, it can't be recovered. The book highlights how top leaders and investors use mornings to read, plan, and solve important problems, not to sit in discussions that could easily happen later. Most meetings don't create value. They create motion, not progress. And when you place them in the morning, they steal the most powerful part of your day. Wealthy people are untrue about this rule. They're firm. They block their calendars. If someone requests a morning meeting, they shift it to the afternoon. At first, people may resist, but results change everything. When focus improves and output multiplies, others begin to respect that boundary. This chapter teaches a clear lesson: your morning is your advantage. Defend it. Use those hours to think bigger, build smarter, and move closer to your goals before the noise of the world begins. Chapter 5. The rule of only 3 big tasks. This chapter breaks one common myth: doing more does not mean achieving more. Most people start their day with long to-do lists. 20 tasks, 30 goals. By evening, half of them remain unfinished and frustration takes over. The rich avoid this trap completely. Wealthy people follow a simple rule: only 3 important tasks per day. No more. They choose the 3 actions that can create the biggest impact financially, strategically, or personally. Everything else is either delegated, postponed, or ignored. This rule creates clarity. When the mind knows there are only 3 targets, focus becomes sharper. Energy is not scattered. Execution becomes faster. The book explains that these 3 tasks are decided the night before, not in the morning. This removes confusion and procrastination. When the day starts, there's no decision fatigue, only action. Another key principle is sequence. The first task must be completed before moving to the second. The second before the third. No multitasking. No jumping around. By working this way, wealthy people finish their days with momentum instead of stress. Their success rate stays high because their goals are realistic and intentional. The lesson of this chapter is powerful. A focused day beats a busy day every single time. Chapter 6. Master skills that print beneath this chapter delivers a hard truth most people avoid. Not all skills are equal. Many people spend years learning hobbies that feel productive but don't change their income. The wealthy think differently. They first master skills that directly generate money. Everything else comes later. The book highlights a clear priority list: sales, marketing, negotiation, communication, investing, and problem solving. These are not optional skills. They are income multipliers. Wealthy people intentionally invest time every day into sharpening at least one money-producing skill. Even one focused hour per day compounds faster than random effort spread across many areas. The key question this chapter asks is simple but uncomfortable: can this skill increase my income within the next 6 months? If the answer is no, it goes on pause. This doesn't mean enjoyment or fitness doesn't matter. It means timing matters. First, build income power. Freedom follows later. The chapter emphasizes consistency over intensity. Daily practice beats occasional motivation. Over time, this creates confidence, leverage, and independence. The core lesson is clear: skills create income. Income creates freedom. Choose your skills wisely. Chapter 7. Your network is your real net worth. This chapter reveals a truth that quietly separates average lives from extraordinary ones. Who you connect with determines how far you can go. Wealthy people don't rely only on hard work or talent. They intentionally build relationships with people who operate at a higher level financially, mentally, and strategically. They understand that one right connection can open doors that years of effort cannot. The book explains that rich people make networking a daily habit, not a random activity. Even 10-30 minutes a day is enough. Sending thoughtful messages, adding value in conversations, or staying visible in the right circles. They don't ask for favors. They offer value first. Most people feel uncomfortable reaching out to successful individuals. The wealthy push past that fear. They know rejection is part of the process and silence is normal. A few replies are all it takes to change direction completely. This chapter shares a powerful insight. You don't rise alone. You rise through people. When you surround yourself with sharper minds, your thinking upgrades automatically. Your standards rise. Your opportunities expand. The core message is simple but life-changing. Build your network intentionally, and your future will expand faster than you imagine. Chapter 8. Build systems, not workloads. This chapter explains why the rich never stay wrapped in daily grind. They create systems instead of repeating tasks. Average people sell their time again and again. Wealthy people design processes that run without constant involvement. This is the real difference between being busy and being free. The book introduces two powerful ideas: automation and delegation. Rich people don't ask, "Can I do this?" They ask, "Should I be doing this?" If a task can be handled by software, it gets automated. If a task can be handled by another person, it gets delegated. Emails, scheduling, posting content, routine operations, none of these deserve your best mental energy. That energy is reserved for thinking, creating, and deciding. The chapter emphasizes starting small. You don't need a big team on day one. Delegate just one task, then another. Over time, freedom grows quietly but steadily. This system-based thinking allows wealthy people to scale without burning out. Their income grows while their stress decreases. The lesson is clear. Time freedom comes from systems, not effort. Build once. Let it run. Move forward. Chapter 9. Recharge without guilt. The final chapter tackles a principle most people ignore. Rest is not wasted time, it's fuel for wealth. Wealthy people don't work 16-hour days. They work intensely for 8 focused hours and then disconnect completely. Family time, hobbies, exercise, travel. They embrace life fully without guilt. Why? Because a rested mind produces better ideas, sharper decisions, and higher quality work. Energy is the true multiplier of productivity, not endless effort. The book stresses boundaries. After your focused work, put your phone away. Turn off notifications. Enjoy life without thinking you should be working. This is how the rich sustain momentum over decades. It's not just about relaxation, it's strategic. The mind needs breaks to process, create, and innovate. Wealth isn't built by being busy. It's built by being intentionally effective. Rested and focused. The lesson is simple: work hard. Work smart, then recharge fully without guilt. When you combine all 8 rules: deep work, money first tasks, no morning meetings, only 3 big tasks, income generating skills, high value networking, automation, and guilt-free rest, you create a life where productivity, income, and happiness grow together. This chapter leaves one final truth: your results aren't about luck. They're about habits, focus, and decisions. Master them, and wealth becomes a natural byproduct. Chapter 10. The 10-Day Rich Rules Challenge. This chapter turns all the rules into actionable steps you can start immediately. The book introduces a 10-day challenge designed to turn theory into results. The idea is simple: follow the rules strictly for 10 days and notice the transformation. Each day has a clear focus. Day 1, deep work. Start. Wake up early, phone on airplane mode. Spend 3 hours on your biggest money-making task. No distractions. Day 2, tackle the hardest task. Push yourself to complete what you've been avoiding. Focused, uninterrupted work. Day 3, skill mastery. Spend 1 hour learning a money-generating skill, then 2 hours practicing it. Day 4, limit to 3 tasks. Identify 3 big tasks and complete them in order. No multitasking. Day 5, start delegation. Assign 1 repetitive task to someone else or automate it. Free your energy for high-value work. Day 6, networking day. Connect with at least 10 high-level people. Offer value, seek advice, or share insights. Day 7, review and reflect. Assess progress from the first 6 days. Adjust and plan the next phase. Day 8, double deep work. Spend for uninterrupted hours on your most important project. Push boundaries. Day 9, recharge without guilt. Limit work, spend time with family or on hobbies, and reset energy levels. Day 10, celebrate and scale. Work on your dream project. Handle money-making tasks, then celebrate accomplishments. Take note of growth, confidence, and results. By the end of 10 days, the book explains your mindset, focus, and productivity shift dramatically. Tasks that once took hours now take minutes. Confidence rises. Momentum builds. Energy feels limitless. The core message of this chapter, discipline plus consistency transforms potential into results. This is not just theory, it's a practical roadmap to start living like the rich. Immediately, Chapter 11. Real-life heroes who followed the rules. This chapter brings the rules to life with inspiring Indian examples. It shows how ordinary people applied these principles and built extraordinary wealth. Deepinder Goyal's motto: Deepinder spent mornings on deep work, coding, and product design. Afternoons were for money-making tasks like investor meetings and partnerships. Meetings and small tasks came later, and evenings were for family. Today, Zomato is a multi-billion-dollar company because he respected his golden hours. Viju Ravindran Biju started as a teacher, waking up at AM to create content for deep work. Afterward, he spent time selling courses and closing deals. Meetings happened only later in the day. His disciplined morning routine helped Viju's grow into the world's leading edtech platform. Falguni Nayar Nika Falguni, once an investment banker, prioritized money-making tasks first. She finalized deals, listed products, and held team meetings only afterward. Today, Nika is a billion-dollar brand and Falguni is India's richest self-made woman. Ritesh Agarwal Ritesh focused on 3 tasks per day: deep work, money-making tasks, and connecting with high-level people. This focus allowed him to scale Oyo into one of the largest hotel chains globally. Vijay Shekhar Sharma Patam Vijay spent his mornings mastering money-making skills, coding, finance, and business strategy. He prioritized skills that directly increased income. Today, Paytm is India's top digital payments platform. The key takeaway from this chapter: the rules work. When applied consistently, they transform ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It proves that these are not just ideas, they are actionable, repeatable, and scalable. Chapter 12, the 10-Day Rich Rules Challenge. Day by day breakdown. This chapter takes the 10-day challenge and breaks it into practical, actionable steps for each day. It's where theory meets execution. Day 1, deep work kickoff. Wake up early. Phone on airplane mode. Spend 3 uninterrupted hours on your biggest money-making task. No distractions. This sets the tone for your productivity. Day 2, tackle the hardest task. Focus on the task you've been avoiding. Whether it's a business idea, a tough assignment, or a critical project, spend the morning completing it. Build momentum. Day 3, skill mastery. Dedicate 1 hour to learning a high-value, income-generating skill and 2 hours practicing it. Sales, marketing, negotiation, or coding. Choose what directly impacts your income. Day 4, only 3 big tasks. Identify the 3 tasks that matter most. Complete them in order. First task, fully finish before moving to the next. No multitasking, no distractions. Day 5, automation and delegation. Choose one repetitive task to delegate or automate. Free your energy for higher value work. Start small and gradually offload more. Day 6, networking day. List 10 high-value people you want to connect with. Send personalized messages offering value or asking for advice. Build relationships consistently. Day 7, review and reflect. Spend the morning reviewing the previous 6 days. Assess what worked, what didn't, and what could improve. Plan the next 4 days with clarity. Day 8, double deep work. Commit 4 hours of focused work on your biggest project. Push boundaries and complete tasks that have been dragging for weeks or months. Day 9, recharge without guilt. Work less, rest more, and enjoy life. Family time, hobbies, exercise. Disconnect fully. A rested mind is your superpower for tomorrow's growth. Day 10, celebrate and scale. Work on your dream project in the morning, complete money-making tasks, and then celebrate. Reflect on progress and notice how your focus, confidence, and productivity have skyrocketed. The chapter drives 1 point home: discipline plus execution creates massive results. By following these 10 days strictly, you experience a shift in mindset, energy, and capability that lasts far beyond the challenge. Chapter 13. The transformation begins after completing the 10-day Rich Rules Challenge. This chapter explores the real changes you start to notice mentally, physically, and professionally. The book explains that your mornings now feel different. The same early hours that once felt rushed and scattered are now focused, deliberate, and energizing. Your mind no longer jumps from task to task, it locks in on what matters most. A few days in, You start noticing tasks take less time. Projects that used to take hours are now completed in minutes. Energy skyrockets. You feel capable of doing more without exhaustion. Confidence grows. Decisions become clearer and faster. Momentum builds. Success compounds as focus, energy, and strategy align. This chapter emphasizes that real transformation is internal. It's not about working harder, it's about training your mind, organizing your day, and making intentional choices. The results: higher income, more productivity, and personal satisfaction are natural byproducts. The core lesson is simple: discipline creates freedom. Focus creates results. Your mind is your most valuable asset. When you see this shift, you realize that the 10-day challenge is not just a plan, it's a gateway to a new way of living and thinking. Chapter 14, Mindset Shift: How the Rules Change You. This chapter focuses on the mental transformation that occurs once you consistently follow the rules. The book explains that success isn't just about actions, it's about how you think, decide, and respond. The 10-day challenge and the 8 rules reshape your mindset in 3 major ways. Clarity over chaos: your day becomes structured. No more endless to-do lists or scattered energy. You know what matters, and your focus naturally gravitates toward high-impact tasks. Confidence over hesitation: repeated small wins, finishing 3 tasks a day. Mastering a skill: connecting with influential people build unstoppable self-belief. Decisions that once felt scary now feel manageable. Opportunity over fear: by prioritizing income-generating work, delegating tasks, and resting intentionally, your mind starts seeing possibilities instead of obstacles. Every challenge becomes a chance to grow. The chapter emphasizes that habits shape identity. You are no longer someone who procrastinates or gets distracted. You are someone who executes, learns, and grows every day. The final insight: the rules don't just change your day, they change your thinking, which changes your results. When your mindset aligns with your actions, wealth, productivity, and happiness naturally follow. Chapter 15, Long-Term Success: Making the Rules Stick. This chapter is all about sustainability, how to ensure the transformation lasts beyond the 10-day challenge. The book emphasizes that short-term changes are easy. Long-term consistency is the real game changer. The habits you've built over 10 days: deep work, money-first tasks, skill mastery, networking, delegation, and guilt-free rest need to become a lifestyle, not just a challenge. Key strategies for sticking with success: plan your day. Every day, continue structuring your mornings and work blocks. The 7-10 a.m. deep work period is sacred. Guard it fiercely. Review and adjust weekly. Track your wins, identify gaps, and refine your system. Continuous improvement ensures momentum doesn't fade. Compound skills and knowledge. Spend at least 1 hour daily on income-generating skills. Skills are the ultimate leverage. They multiply results over time. Expand your network regularly. Relationships are living assets. Keep connecting with new high-value people while nurturing existing ones. Delegate and automate more. As your workload grows, don't fall back into doing everything yourself. Systems and teams are your secret weapons. Protect your rest. Consistently recharge without guilt. A rested mind drives better ideas, productivity, and decision-making. The chapter drives home a simple truth: success is the result of disciplined routines compounded over time. Your habits, mindset, and decisions are now the engine of your life. The rich don't rely on luck, they rely on consistently applying these principles. The final takeaway: make the rules your lifestyle, not just a challenge. Master your mind, your schedule, and your choices, and the world will follow. Chapter 16, The Power of Decision: Unlocking Your Potential. This chapter dives deep into the role of decisions in creating wealth and success. The book emphasizes that your ability to choose deliberately is what separates the rich from the rest. Key points of this chapter: decisions shape destiny. Every major achievement begins with a conscious choice. The rich don't wait for circumstances, they decide their path and act immediately, overcoming limiting beliefs. Most people underestimate their potential because they accept self-imposed limits. True growth starts the moment you decide, "I am capable of more." Commitment multiplies results. Decisions are only powerful when backed by action. Deciding to follow the rules, take risks, or learn new skills leads to tangible results. Momentum through small wins. Consistently making smart daily choices compounds over time. Each decision builds confidence, sharpens focus, and accelerates growth. The chapter makes one critical point: your mind is the ultimate lever. Master your decisions and you master your life. By the end, the reader understands that wealth, productivity, and happiness are not random. They are the product of intentional choices made consistently over time.